following is an exclusive presentation of Ravens Productions.
Coming up on this week's edition of Ravens Report, the Ravens kick off the 2020 season in style. We go all access as the Ravens offense puts up 38 points against the Browns. Plus, we sit down with wide receiver Hollywood Brown and head coach John Harbaugh ahead of this week's game against the Texans. All of that and more on this week's Ravens Report.
15-10-5, touchdown Ravens. They're dancing in the aisles. Oh, what a scene we have at M&T.
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3. Family.
Welcome into this week's edition of Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Garrett Downing. The Ravens started off the 2020 season on a high note, beating the Browns 38-6 at M&T Bank Stadium. Now, the game had a different feel without fans, no question about that. But that performance from the Ravens looked quite familiar, as Lamar Jackson and this team could not be stopped. Mark Andrews and Mark Ingram were both mic'd up, and Ravens Wire takes us on the field as the team kicked off the season in style.
An uncertain season with an unlikely atmosphere finally arrives. After standing up to an invisible foe in training camp, the Ravens look to knock down the Cleveland Browns today in the season opener.
We're here now. We're here now.
We need whistles and pads clacking. That's it.
Let's ball out, bro. That's what we do it for right here, bro. Love you, dude.
Oh! In for the touchdown.
Do it for you. You don't think I love you, bro? Do it for each other. Let's go out there and do this. We're trying to be champions this year, man. And that's all right now. Don't pronounce the T. You hear that word? Baltimore. 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 Baltimore.
The Ravens will put their defense on the field first.
Hey, y'all set that tone right away. Let's go, Marlo. Let's go, Marlo. Hey, turn me up. Turn me up. Right now.
Hunt in the backfield. Baker Mayfield to throw. His pass is deflected and picked off at the 42-yard line. And the Ravens will return it to the Cleveland 49-yard line. Coming up with the interception is Marlon Humphrey.
Right now. Right now. Right now. Capitalize, oh. Capitalize right now. Do what we do.
And the Ravens are doing in 2020 what they did in 2019, and that is feeding Mark Ingram.
Oh, you strong.
And the Ravens will go power formation. Play action. Jackson looks right, throws over the middle. He's got a man wide open. One-hand catch for the touchdown, Mark Andrews.
I'm really putting it in.
And the Ravens convert on their opening possession.
Great chance.
Hey, how you feel right now? Great.
Oh, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey.
Hey, look. I can't see who behind you. That
got-
thing going right at you. When you start, you caught that was bro.
Had to, bro.
Hey, man, you made me proud, bro. I knew I gave you my name for a reason.
And as usually is the case in an AFC North game, it's back and forth here in the opening half. Oh, he gets leveled at the 40. Lights out at the 40-yard line to Sean Elliott.
Yeah, Sean. Yeah, Sean. Back on schedule, though. We go 99. We go 99, take the whole quarter up. One play at a time. Get your rest, defense. Get your rest. We about to go 99, take the quarter up.
Throws complete. Hollywood Brown has it at the Cleveland 45. Dobbins is the deep back. He gets the hand, big hole right side, inside the 30, puts his helmet down and barrels to the 25-yard line for a Ravens first down. Nice running by J.K. Dobbins, a 12-yard pickup. This drive started at the Ravens 1-yard line.
Hey, 99, one play at a time. Ready, shot.
Dobbins will carry, sweeping to the left. He's got the edge. He's got a touchdown. His first in the NFL, and the Ravens extend their lead.
Hey, I told you. Hey, Herb. Hey, Herb. Hey, Herb, I told you, didn't it? 99, one play at a time. Yeah.
Engineering a 99-yard touchdown drive. And now the Ravens defense comes out on the field. It's been an impressive start for this Wink Martindale defense.
Hey, now what's up with the 3 and out? We'll go put up some more before the half.
Mayfield steps up, throws down the middle, and it's almost intercepted by Marcus Peters, who broke it up.
Big straps. Put them straps on them. Yeah, hey. Straps.
Hey, dog mentality here, boys. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go.
And with 41 seconds left in the half, the Ravens will have the ball. Pressured, running to his right, fires complete out midfield. That's Willie Snead. He's got it.
Be ready to clock it here.
Watch this though. Hey. Watch this though. Watch this though.
Jackson to throw on third down. Touchdown! Mark Andrews, his second of the day.
Nice job, hey, nice job.
All day.
Hey, what I told you though? I told y'all 99, one play at a time. Then I said y'all was gonna get the stop. Y'all took a little longer than supposed to, but it still got the stop, and we still scored before the half.
As Lamar Jackson is answering all the questions. Lamar Jackson has been spectacular. 16 of 20 passing, 252 yards, 3 touchdowns. Give us to Dobbins. Picks his way through a crowd. Dobbins dances to the 1, gets to the goal line, in for the touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his second of the day. And what a great day for Ravens rookies. As the Ravens beat the Browns in the Week 1 season opener.
That's how we do it at the flock, and we just cooking it. Oven still on preheat. Yes, sir. 1-0. On to the next week. 2-0 next week. 1-0 each week, baby.
After dominating Cleveland last week, the Ravens now turn their focus to a matchup against Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. Still to come on Ravens Report, Hollywood Brown had more than 100 receiving yards in the first half against the Browns last week. Evan Washburn sits down with the Ravens' dynamic wide receiver. Welcome back into Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. I'm Garrett Downing. Throughout the offseason, we all saw and heard the work that Hollywood Brown was doing to prepare for this year. Well, after one game, that work seems to be paying off as Hollywood crossed the 100-yard receiving mark, including that deep 47-yard snag against the Browns. Ahead of Sunday's game against the Texans, Hollywood sat down with our Evan Washburn.
Hollywood Brown has it. Caught. Touchdown. Hollywood Brown is there. He makes the catch. Touchdown. Hollywood Brown. Brown makes the catch.
Well, Marquise, thanks for joining us on our 2020 version of the sit down here on Ravens Report. Congrats on the win in Week 1, and that performance was impressive. Give us a sense of what it meant to be back out on the field after what was such a unique offseason and build up to this year.
Yeah, it was a lot of anticipation just because, it was no preseason. It's been a long road, learning journey. So just to be back out there with, going against another team with your teammates felt good, and to come out with a win felt even better.
How about for you personally? Well documented, the amount of work you put in this offseason to get yourself healthy, stronger, and then to see the rewards of all that work. Was that how you would have drawn it up? Maybe get in the end zone if you could, but the numbers are still pretty nice.
Yeah, just to go out there and, make some plays. And, just my whole thing this year is to be consistent each game, make plays however I can. So that's what my mindset is going into the year, just to make plays.
Sometimes we'll see wide receivers, running backs, quarterbacks, usually offensive guys will have specific goals set up for the season. Do you have any that you feel are ones that you truly want to try to attain?
My number one goal is to play every game this year. So if I can do that, I feel like, statistic goals, they're going to take care of itself if I could just stay out there and, be available.
The standard was set last year, and it was so impressive. The numbers were record-breaking. As you guys have met and Greg Roman has built this 2020 version of the offense, at least early on, where have you seen some of the strides made?
I can just see the confidence of the whole offensive room. And for me, just being out there and practicing with Lamar, getting more chemistry down, getting the timing down. I'm able to, practice every day now. So just to get the timing down with everybody and everybody knows what they're doing we're moving pretty fast out there.
You mentioned Lamar and you mentioned moving fast, and your teammate Mark Ingram said Lamar's light years ahead of where he was last year. How would you describe the growth of your buddy Lamar?
His third year, and he's just continue to get better and continue to improve. So as long as he continue to chase greatness, sky's the limit for that guy.
When you guys look at this year and you have that result in week one, was it nice to get through week one and continue to be dominant?
Oh, yeah, just to get through week one with a dominant win, it just puts pressure on week two. We got to go out there. Each week you're going to put a target on your back when you win a game. So we can't take nobody lightly. So each week we got to go 1-0.
All right, well, let's talk about week two. You make your first trip out on the road. What have you guys as a team, as an offense, prioritized about week two in the Texans?
Bring energy. So that's the most important thing, with it not being loud in there, guys can get flat out there. So you got to bring your own energy, stay into the game, and, just be there for each other.
Are you going to be able to back up that week one performance with those type of numbers, maybe get in that end zone and let it fly a little bit, Hollywood?
Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm definitely try to get in the end zone this week.
Well, it's great to have you back. Great that you're healthy. Continued success, and thanks for stopping by.
Appreciate it.
Hollywood, Lamar Jackson, and really the whole Ravens offense was firing on all cylinders against the Browns. Here was Lamar's stat line. He completed 20 of 25 passes for 275 yards and 3 touchdowns while spreading the ball all over the field. Now, former Ravens head coach Brian Billick joins us via Skype. And this week he looks at Lamar, Hollywood, and he breaks down this high-flying passing attack.
Well, last week, you'll remember we talked about a priority for the Ravens was get Lamar Jackson to be a little more vertical down the field and better at throwing from the numbers to the outside. Well, I'd say they accomplished that pretty good. He had an incredible day, particularly in the explosive plays he was able to generate down the field. And when we look at it, we can see that he did it across the board. The first play was obviously the big play to Marquise Brown. As we look at the play, you can see this is a simple corner route by Brown. Now, Lamar does a great job from the pocket. He's not even looking at the free safety, which shows me he's understanding defenses. He has a single high safety. He knows he can throw away from that safety. It's the corner that has to make the difference on this play. If the corner falls off, he'll throw it underneath. But the corner jumps the underneath route. So he's able to lead Marquise away from the free safety, makes a perfect throw for the big play down the field. Now, I had 2 excellent throws to Mark Andrews. The first one was a touchdown. You can see here from the end zone with Patrick Ricard motioning across the formation. This is a heavy run here. You got to think, okay, he's going to sweep or go to the right. So the defense adjusts to that. They overreact. You can see Mark Andrews sneaking out to the back of the end zone. And you can see, in this case, Lamar does a great job of recognizing what the flow of the defense was doing. So as he sets up in the pocket after the play fake, he knows there's going to be that hole because the defense has over-rotated. It's clearly a break. The safety should have stayed back in the hole, but he sees this huge hole that's going to develop, and he develops the easy pass to Mark Andrews, who makes a spectacular one-handed catch. And then finally, again, down in the red zone, and this is where you got to be good. He was spectacular down there, 5 of 6 in terms of the red zone, getting touchdowns instead of field goals. And this is just a simple Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews being on the same page. This is a tight area that he throws at the back of the end zone. There are 3 defenders there, but what Lamar does is throw the ball the only place it can be completed, which is behind and to the outside of Mark Andrews. He knows Mark will adjust, and they get a touchdown out of it. Keeping that ratio up and his increased feel for defenses is going to bode very well going into next week's game.
Heading on the road for the first time this season, the Ravens hope Lamar, Hollywood, and the rest of the Ravens offense can duplicate last week's performance against J.J. Watt and this Texans defense. Coming up next on Ravens Report, after a Thursday night game against the Chiefs to open the season, the Texans are rested and ready for the Ravens down in Houston. We preview the AFC Showdown with head coach John Harbaugh.
Brian Billick's Breakdown is powered by Microsoft, the official tablet of the Baltimore Ravens. who will deliver in tomorrow's game. Go to budlight.com/delivery to have your game day Bud Lights delivered right to your door.
Welcome back to Ravens Report presented by MedStar Health. I'm Garrett Downing. We're now joined by head coach John Harbaugh. Coach, thanks so much for your time. First of all, congratulations on the win last week. You talked after the game about how the team had to bring your own energy. That's kind of a catchphrase right now with no fans in the stands. How impressed were you with their ability to do that?
Very impressed. I thought they did a great job, Garrett. We weren't perfect, but we played hard. And I still think we can play a lot harder than we did, even that. And but we were pretty much on point. Thought we played winning football, for the most part across the board, and we were very locked in and focused with the task at hand. So football's a hard sport. It demands a lot of energy, and the fans bring so much of that into the stadium for the guys every week, and we don't have that right now. So guys got to do it on their own.
Something that was really impressive was the performance of rookies. I think that a lot of us were wrong in assuming this offseason, at least for your team, that it would be tough for rookies to make an impact. Rookies came out there in week one, Patrick Queen and J.K. Dobbins, Tyree Phillips, you can go on down the line. What is it about this rookie class that has allowed them to make such a quick transition?
Well, it's a credit to those guys, and it's a credit to the coaches. I feel like those guys were locked in from the day they got drafted or signed here. We were in the Zoom meetings. They took the workout seriously, and they learned. And I feel like we committed to them, and they did a great job of making the most of every opportunity, both on the field, in the weight room, and in the classroom. So proud of those guys. But believe me, far from a finished product, any of us are. And we've all got a lot of work to do, including those rookies.
When a lot of fans look at this game, I think the perspective is this is a matchup between two of the top young quarterbacks in the league. And obviously they're going to take center stage. But what do you look at it from your perspective? I know you're probably not sitting there thinking, it's exciting to watch Deshaun Watson and you're trying to figure out how to stop him. How do you look at the excitement around that in this matchup?
I don't. Yeah, you're right. I don't put Deshaun Watson and exciting in the same sentence. Dangerous, those kind of things, but certainly not exciting. No, we're looking at trying to figure out how to stop him. And it's Lamar and our offense against their defense and J.J. Watt. And it's our defense playing team defense against Deshaun Watson and all their other weapons that they have. So that's really what it is for a coach. What does he do? How does he do it? What's their offense do? And what's our plan going to be to try to slow that thing down a little bit? So, no, exciting? Nah, it's not. That's not the coaching staff's scouting report. I can tell you that.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Hey, Coach, thank you so much for the time, and good luck this weekend in Houston.
Thanks, Garrett.
Coming up next on Ravens Report, the Ravens honored superfan Mo Gaba last week at M&T Bank Stadium. We'll introduce you to MOs Rose and also share a really powerful surprise that we had leading into that game honoring Mo. Welcome back to Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Garrett Downing. Make every day a win. That was the motto of Mo Gaba, who passed away in late July after several battles with cancer. But his legacy and his love for Baltimore sports lives on. MOs Rose in section 147 featured more than 500 cutouts of Mo and a tribute to one of the greatest Ravens fans. Last week ahead of the game against the Browns, the Ravens hosted Mo's mom, Sansi, at the stadium so that she could see the section dedicated to Mo. But there was another special surprise planned to honor her amazing son.
So we got MOs Rose.
This is amazing.
These are some of our favorite Raven moments with Mo.
Double right to get out. The 123rd pick.
You can see everything now.
So it can't be MOs Rose without the woman that's been by his side the whole time. So we want you to help us if you don't mind. And just making sure you are by his side throughout this whole thing, as you always have been, Sansi. He's a Raven, like he's always a Raven. So I have an idea that I think we should kind of check it out from the field. This side says Baltimore.
Yeah.
And normally it's white lettering with a gold outline. But we're gonna make sure the Mo in Baltimore is gold. So everybody can see it and everybody knows. And he's gonna be on here with us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you so much.
We're gonna have you finish this O,
Okay.
the gold.
It's just hard to believe that my son left behind a legacy and like just him, he's just being himself. Like he did nothing out of the ordinary, and like what he did in 14 years of his life, like I can't help but be proud of him. I'm so proud of him. I miss him, but I'm so proud.
We know that Mo was smiling down, watching Lamar and the Ravens beat the Browns in Week 1. Now the team's focus turns to the Houston Texans. Last year when the Ravens played the Texans, the Ravens dominated, winning 41-7 and racking up 491 total yards of offense. The defense sacked Deshaun Watson 7 times. So here's hoping for a repeat performance this Sunday down in Texas. That's it for this week's show. Thanks so much for watching. Also, be sure to check out Season 2 of John Eisenberg's podcast, What Happened to That Guy? The first episode dropped this week and features former Raven Jason Brown. He's a farmer now. Yeah, you heard that right. You got to listen to the full episode. Check it out wherever you get your favorite podcast. That's it for us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week on Ravens Report.